morning. In today's lecture, I will start solving quizzes and that we have in our lectures. I'll talk today specifically about quiz 2, and in it would be a good example for anyone who wants to practice a little bit more complicated or a little bit more having a detailed plan like this one that I'm showing here in this video. Basically on this is lecture 6, and that's the third part of it. Believe in lecture 7 we're gonna have a much more complicated plans and so on until we reach to the midterm example, and which is again a much more complicated. I really do advise you to solve those example and have a good exercise, applying the knowledge that we learned in the previous lecture, especially in unit 6 when we talked about layers and blocks. So I'll try to apply those two main commands in this plan. So from now on, everything we're gonna create like walls or like windows will be placed in their corresponding layers. So I have to create layers for walls, give them the special color and line type and so on. And we shouldn't use a layer 0 anymore, so anything you create must be in a correct layer that you have to design it, design actually that layer before. So for that geometry, it's still not that much of a complicated plan, but a little bit more advanced than the previous one that we've done. So in it is you're gonna see that you're gonna go like a 15 and then 5 3 5 and then 3 and 5 and so on to close the lap, and then we do this chamfer part, and then we do the fillet. And let's have a look, because this is basically this is a load bearing wall, more like existing building. It doesn't have any grid or axis, so that's why you have to follow the exterior dimension provided for you. So it's basically 15 5 3 5 3 5 15 and 15. So and you can notice the numbers are small, so we're talking about meters, and that's what I actually fixed in here already. I went to units and I fixed that to meters. So I'll go ahead and start up my layers, and in it I'll create my first layers, which is walls. I'll make it current, changing the color to yellow, and then I'll close that. I'll have line, and with F8 I'll go 15, and I don't see it, it's okay, zoom in, and then 5 with ortho, make the life really easier, 3 5 15, and close the gap. And that's basically it. That's the external edges, or the external boundary almost of the walls or the plan. And with the chopping thing by 2 by 2, you can go ahead and use the chamfer command, which again, not a big fan, guys. It's just 2 lines. You're gonna get rid of those 2, and you can grab that and move it with the grips, or use TR space and get rid of that. The lower part, it's a fillet, and have a look, the radius is taken from the outside. So again, it's F space, R space, the 3 space, and then 2 clicks in here, and that's we have our external walls actually done. Now I think it's 200 mil. That's been 0.2 offset. So again, offset 0.2, and I'm gonna repeat that again. Use offset here, don't use another fillet with the curve especially. And I'm setting everything to the inside, F space, R space, 0 space, and here M space to make it multiple, so you keep clicking without the need to repeat the fillet command. And we have our external boundaries or external walls running around the perimeter of the building done. Great, that's the external walls. Inner partition having the same thickness, and I'll basically offset that 4.4 from the interface to the interface, and then 0.2. So offset 4.4 that way and offset then 0.2 that way, extend space to space both sides in here, and probably that side or that wall should be extended, and the same thing here. So EX space to space, and then with a couple of trims to get rid of these extra lines. That's been done. I think the walls as an overall finished. Now I'll start up making the architectural fenestration, which is opening the walls and windows, so without drawing them. That's the correct step that most of my students skip and jump immediately to draw the walls without making the opening. That's a serious mistake. Anyway, it's a 5x2, and this one it's also 2. So all the windows here is just 2. Okay, we have one type of window, which is good. So 5, 2, and this one mid and mid. Great. So I'll offset that 5. Is it? It look like not, but anyway, offset 2. Okay, and then I trim. And then in the middle of the wall, I can just I can copy that actually, rotate that, and then move it from the point between them. So I need shift and right click. That's click this one, and this one is going to get your midpoint. So here, and again copy. Now I know that they are the same, so I'm just move that in here, trimming those 2 segments of lines to get those. Then this guy 5, which is basically a mirror of this. So MI, take this guy, that's the mirror of the entire. Get it in here, remove it. Now any windows in that wall, yes, it's basically a crazy number, 2 by 2.4, so 4.4. Offset 4.4 from this line with the extension, and then offset 2. I'm gonna get rid of those extra line and then trim those. And again, it's a 3 from this side. That's been a 4.4 again. So I'm gonna mirror that. That's the mirror of the building. Trimming that out. That's the first architectural fenestration. Those are the windows opening. You must do that before you go ahead and start drawing windows or doors. Now doors are basically, let's see if it's been given here. And again, as I always tell you, if the dimension of the door has not been given, you have to assume it. And that's one, it's been given here, and ½ meter from the edge of the wall. So I can have a 0.5 here, and then offset of a 1. Extending those lines, trimming them to get the door opening. Same thing here, the same opening, but it's a 0.2. So I'll copy those, rotating them 90 degrees, moving them to the edge of that, and then move previous 0.2, and then trimming that. Now this guy is the same thing, but it's 6 from that wall. Lovely. Again copy, again move that guy to this point, and then move this 6 meter that way, and then trim it. And then 0.2 by 0.2, so copy that. And then move them up 0.2, and I will copy those things from that point because they are basically the same distance. And then I'm gonna trim that, and I think now doors and windows are basically done. So now I need a layer for the door, so I'll go LA, new, and then doors, make it current, and let's go like red. Let's do one of those. So offset 0.05, that means 50 mil for the frame, and then REC to make a rectangle representing the frame. Then with the window, this blue rectangle, you remove the yellow line, the construction lines, and then I'm gonna go up like a 0.9, 0.05, 0.9, and then a circle from exactly this point to this, trimming the extra thing, getting ourselves our first door. Now we have to use the block command, so B space, and I'm gonna name it door underscore single underscore, let's say 1000, and then plan, so we can, you know, remember that when we have a couple of hundred of blocks. Oops. So this guy and this guy. Base point, I'm gonna pick this, and then that the conversion is gonna change it, removing all those lines and make them a block. That's what I want. Now I'm gonna copy that to everywhere I can, everywhere I need. So let's put that in here, put on in here, and then rotate. So we need a mirror here, and then we have to move that guy here, and then a copy of multiple times. Now that's been done. Now the windows, same technique. New, windows, current, let's make blue. Same thing, it's an offset 0.05. Can go rectangle, removing that guy, copying this one, and then the lines here, start, mid, end, and then B space. Again, it's a window, it's 2000 mil, 2M, and it's in the plan. Select objects, pick point, and hit OK. Now we copy, now we rotate, and then copy again. So that's basically it. That's what we need to draw for now. And it's really, as you saw, it's really easy and quick. It shouldn't take from you more than like 10 minutes or 15 minutes to draw this document or this plan. And later on, we're going to come in later lectures and, you know, explain the text and the dimension. But for now, that's what we really need to do. So in the next tutorial, I will solve again quiz 2, but that I gave for a different class, which again, for you guys who are not with me in Ajman University, it would be a good opportunity for you to exercise more on a different level of plans. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.